Good morning, blogging friends. I wanted to get on here and talk about blogger burnout and overwhelm and feeling unmotivated and things like that. um, Romana, I think I said your name right this time. She posted in the group, ladies, I need a pep talk and some advice. Today I feel unmotivated, overwhelmed, and at the point of giving up. How did you manage at the beginning learning how to write amazing blogs and actually write them, and learning about Pinterest and actually creating graphics and regularly posting on Pinterest? I feel I put so much time and energy into this and I get crickets. Has anyone been at that point? Yeah, I've been there. And the thing is, it's not like you get there, you get over it, and you never get there again. Especially like when you're an entrepreneur and you're building this business, like the overwhelm and the overwhelm and the burnout and feeling like you want to give up. Sometimes that's still going to crop up. Um, but I will tell you that I've gotten a lot better at recognizing the signs of it. I can kind of see it coming. So I can, when like a certain like negative Nancy thought pops in my head, I'm like, that sounds like my friend Burnout. um, and so I've gotten better at recognizing it and seeing when it's coming, and then knowing what to do with myself when I recognize it. So if I start to have certain negative Nancy thoughts, like for me, like the thought is like, you should be further than you are at this point. Like that's the thought that comes up, is like, you're not as successful as you should be right now for how long you've been doing that. Like that comes up a lot. And then it turns like snowballs into, you're never going to have the success you want. And in general, I'm pretty much operating under the impression that I'm going to achieve all of my goals. And I am just bombing through life. So when these really negative thoughts pop up, I'm like, oh, okay, there's overwhelm. There's burnout. I can see it on the horizon, and I ease up on the gas pedal. And it's okay to do that. And what really works for me is taking a super intentional break. So before, when I would get burnout, one, I wouldn't recognize the symptoms. And two, I would try to just push my way through it. And that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It makes it worse. So instead of trying to push my way through it now, I ease up on the gas pedal. And if I need to, I take a very intentional break. So the last time I did this, I think that I had decided to take a 2-day break. And during those 2 days, I was not going to blog. I was not going to feel bad about not blogging. And I was going to look at the break as working on my blog, as moving towards my business goals. I'm restoring my energy so I can move forward in my business. And then when I got to day 2, I checked in with myself and I wasn't ready to go back. And I allowed that to be okay. And I gave myself 2 more days. So it turned into 4 days, but it wasn't like, I woke up on the day I was supposed to be going back and I was like, I don't wanna, I'll do it tomorrow. And then I didn't do it the next day, right? I decided on day 2, I checked in with myself, said, hey self, how you doing? And I needed 2 more days, and I took those 2 more days. And so instead of pushing and burning out completely, totally frying myself, and when I fry myself, so this happened in the beginning, I just pushed so hard and gave myself no break and let that negative energy get so insane in my head that I ended up having to take like a month and a half off. Like all the good energy was gone. So it's much better for your business and for yourself if you can take an intentional small break before it gets really, really bad, instead of like a 6-week long one where you're scared that you're never going to get your blogging mojo back. And that's another thing I want to tell you, girl. It always comes back. It always comes back. If you give yourself the care that you need as an entrepreneur, you know, we are expelling a lot of creative energy and just a lot of energy in general, and actual energy, right? Early mornings, late nights, in between day jobs. It's not like a walk in the park all the time. So if you give yourself the care you need, your energy, your blogging mojo will come back, that drive, that passion. I'm actually going to address Pinterest today in the live that I already had planned. I had a planned live for the 25th step on my blog post checklist, which is pretty much promotion. It's promotion and continual optimization and sharing your blog posts. But I have a lot of things to say about Pinterest, and I get the Pinterest grind. I totally feel you. It's like, it's never ending. But what I wanted, I'll give you a sneak peek of what I have to say about Pinterest. When I first started blogging, it was sold to me as the quick win. That's what I was told. I was told, start SEO so that you can get organic traffic in like 2 years, and start Pinterest so you can get traffic from Pinterest in like 2 weeks. Well, guess what? It doesn't work that way anymore. And I just, I get what it does to your psyche to feel like you're playing to an empty room all the time. It can be very defeating. And to feel like you're feeding this never ending, like, insatiable Pinterest beast for no particular reason. I get that. I get it. So I'd be curious, how long have you been Pinteresting? Because it's not a quick win anymore. My SEO started working for me before Pinterest did, like well before Pinterest did. It takes like 6 months for a pin to even take off. Like right now, yesterday, actually, I started pinning pins that say 2021 on them. So like blog post checklist updated for 2021, because here we're in August. It's going to take that long for it to do anything in Pinterest when I want it to be branded 2021 in January, right? So it's not you. I don't know what your Pinterest strategy is, but if you're thinking, oh, everybody else is having so much success with Pinterest and I must just be doing something wrong. I mean, I don't know what your Pinterest strategy is, but no, Pinterest takes a really long time. And then as far as, I totally get the new blogger overwhelm thing of, man, there's so much I have to learn and you don't know what to focus on. What I did for my sanity is I decided that I was going to focus on blog writing first. Like that was numero uno. Pinterest second. And then the SEO was included in blog writing for me. Like I tell you guys, I understand enough SEO to get me by. So I put my blinders on and I focused on writing blog posts first. That was my main focus. If I didn't have the energy, the mental energy after writing my blog posts to go feed the Pinterest machine, I didn't. And that's, I'm not saying that's good Pinterest advice, but that's good energy advice. You got to pick one thing and focus on it. I put my blinders on and I focused on blog writing. And actually that was during and after the 7-day blog writing challenge, Blog Daily. I birthed that for me because I was overwhelmed. I was burned out and I was not writing blog posts. I was barely writing a blog post a month. And I knew that I identified that that was going to get me nowhere. And that eventually I had to stop trying to do all the things and just pick one thing, maybe two things. And seriously, I put those blinders on and I just wrote. And I loved it. And I ended up writing like 8 blog posts a month for a long time. So yeah, be nice to yourself. Be nice to yourself. I know everybody that's not a blogger thinks that bloggers just like sit around and tap on their keyboards and pour their meandering thoughts onto the paper, and then they get paid to sit mojitos in the sand. But we know that's not how it works. We know that's not how it works. Don't give up. Don't give up. Ease up on the gas pedal. Be kind to yourself. Apply the self-care to your heart. And yeah, but come back. And your blogging mojo will come back. Part of burnout, for me, burnout is always terrifying. It's not so much anymore, but especially the first time I dealt with it, when I ended up taking like 6 weeks off because I just tried to bomb my way through the blogger burnout. I was terrified that I wasn't going to get back to my blog. I was really scared. I had left my purchasing job. I had told everybody I wasn't quietly blogging in the closet. No, I had told everybody in my life that I was quitting my purchasing career and I was going to go be a blogger. And there I was, burnt out and not working on my blog. And it was really scary. But I know now that the energy comes back. The drive will come back. The motivation will come back. It always does. I just got to be nice to myself. I hope this helps. Pick one thing, focus on it. Depending on how many blog posts you have, it might need to be blog writing. And just trust that you'll get there. Trust you'll get there. It doesn't all have to happen right now. It will happen. You will get there. You won't always be playing to an empty room. Okay? I'm here for you. And Hemingway's here too. I will see you guys in 30 minutes. And we'll talk about this Pinterest thing. Okay? Okay. Don't give up. Bye.
That's it for today's edition of Blogging Thoughts with Kelly. Don't forget, if you want your blogging questions answered, you can join the free Facebook group using the description below. Also, feel free to share, follow me, subscribe, like, all the things so we can be blogging besties. Until next time, this is Kelly signing off.